A local football coach is thankful to be alive. It is a story you will only see right here tonight on WTOL 11.
Sports director Jordan Strack joins us now with the story and explains how the coach is hoping his story can help others. Jordan?
Yeah, Mel, Matt Dzierwa is the head football coach at Otsego High School. He also has two boys playing on the Knights baseball team right now, and they are in the midst of a great playoff run. With every game they play, he's learning to appreciate every moment a little more because just a few weeks ago, he had a trip to the emergency room that changed his life.
When you look at Matt Dzierwa, he's the model for perfect health. A former Division I athlete, he played at Northwestern. He was a star athlete at St. John's before that. That's what makes what happened just a few weeks ago even scarier. He wasn't feeling well at school, but didn't think too much of it. What he was experiencing were the early signs of a stroke.
Laid down on the floor, just tried to put a heating pad on my back, but eventually my left arm started going numb a little bit. My face started tingling, and thank God for our trainer, Jen. She said, hey, you got to go to the hospital. And, you know, by the time I got to the hospital here, I couldn't walk.
Time was of the essence, and he's the epitome of great health. I mean, 20 minutes, 30 minutes longer of him being on that heating pad, I don't know what the outcomes would have been.
Time is very, very essential in stroke treatments. Anytime you're suffering from a brain or spinal cord injury, you actually lose the brain tissue very, very quickly on a course of seconds. So every second, every minute counts. And truly, like, there's research that actually showed that every second counts. So we take that into account when we're applying treatment.
Dr. Mohammed Juma is a stroke specialist with ProMedica. As he said, time is critical. But for the Dzierwa family, the reality of what was happening was almost unbelievable.
Quite honestly, I mean, I thought when the ER nurse was coming back to me in the waiting room that she was going to share that, hey, we have an examination room in the ER, we're good to go. And she's like, we're heading to the neuro ICU. We think your husband had a stroke. You go into shock.
If you feel the signs, you know, and the symptoms, don't hesitate. You know, you got to go. And in the end, it doesn't hurt to go. I mean, the alternative is not good.
We see some delay in stroke care, mainly because of the assumption that this is a healthy individual that should not be experiencing stroke. So the message is, you know, anyone can have a stroke, and it's very important that once you recognize those stroke symptoms, to act very quickly as a patient or as a family member or an eyewitness. And for us as healthcare teams, it's also very, very important that we act very quickly to be able to reverse this damage as quickly as we can.
Dzierwa is now doing physical therapy and trying to work his way back to normal. He's had to relearn how to walk and do things that he took for granted for so long.
What they say is, you know, how the body's going to react to everything, and, you know, it's going to take time. Unfortunately, you know, your mind doesn't think like that when you're on the go and you want to do things, and, you know, you want things to happen now, but, you know, it's what the body tells you, it's not what your mind says.
Thankfully, this story has a happy ending. Thankfully, they listened to the signs. And thankfully, Matt Dzierwa is here to share his story with others.
And I think now I've probably become more emotional knowing just how grateful and that some other families don't have this kind of happy ending for a situation. I mean, we took a bike ride on Sunday together, and it was like, oh my gosh, like, I would never have ever thought that we would be doing that.
Nobody's ever really accused me of not living my life, you know, and you know, I'd say probably most of the days, you know, I see the sunrise and I see the sunset, and you know, I live my life and always have. But yeah, you know, it tells you maybe to slow down a little bit, you know, but yeah, no, I've always appreciated stuff, but yeah, you might look at things a little bit different now and then.
May is National Stroke Awareness Month, and if you're unsure of the symptoms of a stroke, we've got everything that you need to know posted in this story at WTOL.com. Thankfully, Matt is here to be able to tell his story, and it did have a happy ending.
And I think it was a great point that they said he was so healthy, so they didn't think that it would be anything that serious. But I think especially for men, they don't want to necessarily get something checked out. They just think, you know, I'll be okay.
I think I've been guilty of that myself. You just kind of say, oh, I'm good to go. And I think he had that same experience. The athletic trainer at Otsego, Jen, that they mentioned, thankfully pushed him to go.
Yeah.
And as Dr. Juma said, this can happen to anybody, even somebody who, like Desa said, is the epitome of health, like Matt is. but thankfully he is okay, and he's able to watch his boys in their playoff run.
I was going to touch on that as a dad. You look at these moments that we have with our kids, whether they be in athletics, the arts, whatever it is. And you said in your intro, you talked about him putting more worth into that right now than he ever did before. Did he say anything off camera about how important these games are to him?
Yeah, certainly. I think that's certainly a very important thing to him right now. But as he said in the piece, no one's ever going to accuse him of not living his life. He has always been a guy who's lived it to the fullest and experienced and loved all those experiences. And I think he certainly loves them a little bit more even right now.
Well, a lot of appreciation, them trusting us to tell that story.
Yeah, for sure.
Good job. Thanks, Jordan.